Hello everybody, it's vanburman here, and welcome to some more Total War Attila. Actually, I think this might be one of the first times I've ever done Total War Attila as it goes. This is a 3v3 siege battle that I played yesterday now. And I'll be honest with you, I don't normally play a lot of online battles, but I thought, you know what, I'll have a go, I'll jump in. And the way the guys wanted to play this was a 3v3 siege, obviously. But they wanted to do 3 Roman factions against 3 Hunnic factions. So we've got 2 normal Huns and then 1 white Hun. And I'll show you the army compositions after the battle. So I'll show you like the kills and all that sort of stuff. So one of our teammates left, which meant that one of my other teammates had to take control of 2 of the armies. But you know, so I was going to attack this wall, and then he moved everyone else around mine, which was a bit silly. I'd rather have attacked 2 separate areas. But anyway, let's go. So this battle is really close in the end, which might be a little bit of a spoiler. But I'm also a bit frustrated as well, because it could have been a lot closer, which you will see. And I'm sure I will make complaints about when it comes to it. So my first initial thought here was to attack these gates here, bring them down. Got more than enough artillery to do so. So I've already made a dent in over here, as you can see. And the gates are through as well. So there's a lot of artillery in this battle. I think they had about 5 pieces of artillery and we had about 8 or 9, so quite alert. A lot of artillery fire going on. Shooting their own walls, that'll help us. I didn't actually notice that in the battle. So a lot of this stuff I've not seen since I actually played it. I've not watched the replay before. So is this me sending some troops in? Let's have a double check. Nope, not me. My ally sending some troops in through the breach. The only problem with the gates where obviously they've got the boiling oil, so you want to be careful putting your men through there, but oh, looks like I think it had been destroyed actually. Yeah, it has. Yeah. No worries. Ignore me. There goes one of the towers.
Tower has been destroyed.
Should probably turn that off if I do any future replays. So as soon as we get started in some battles, we'll do some zoom-ins like here. Oh, I was going to say, what's he doing throwing his cavalry through, but that was actually me. So I can't actually make many complaints about that. See, the idea of moving my cavalry through was to try and capture this point here and maybe try and flank round. Didn't go all that well. Ooh. Wow. Goodness me. I don't even know where that's coming from. That's incredible. I'm going to see lots of great artillery shots in this battle. Mainly because there's just artillery flying everywhere. There you go, down goes the wall. Fortunately there was no one on it. May start getting a bit laggy at times, mainly because I'm notwithstanding, I'm also recording it in 4K as well, but it won't be it'll only be up in 1080p. But hopefully the quality should be a bit better, recording it in 4K and then exporting it in 1080p. That's the plan anyway. I brought a lot. I've got to say, the funny thing is, the Roman guys brought a lot more cav than the Huns did. Well, me as the Huns, I only bought 2 units of cavalry. 2 units of first lancers. And there goes another bit of wall. Goodness. Literally, this whole side could have just been taken down completely. So I've thrown a few of my men into this choke point down here. And then and tried to flank them as well to get rid of them. With these guys. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, I should have flanked them, but I didn't. Ah, there we go. Ah, lovely. Brutal, as always. And then I had my men up on the walls here, which was totally pointless because there's literally nowhere. I mean, they can still get down, but no point in being up there. Oof, that was a nice shot down here. This is a really long battle, I've got to say, for Attila. Usually, obviously, they're over fairly quick, but it also helped the fact that we only attacked from one side. I.e. the longevity. So, luckily we managed to get some of their cavalry into the... some of our spears into their cavalry. That's a good shot. Where have we got archers? Oh, we've got the horse archers there. Ah, yes. So because I had my guys running up this part of the wall, I noticed an enemy flanking manoeuvre. And I did start moving my troops over, although you can't tell I have done, but I have done here. There we go. Move these guys over, move my bowman over, and I even brought my general over as well. Although I thought I managed to get him a bit earlier than this in the actual game, maybe, possibly not. Bizarre. So I mobilised literally as quick as I could. As soon as I saw the danger, moving these guys up on the wall, I brought my men over, just to try and save these artillery pieces. Because obviously they're going to be very useful later on. You're far better off having them than not having them. It was a good move by the Roman factions, though, bringing around their units. Unfortunately, I only picked the steppe chieftain rather than the, you know, really amazing general, because I'm an idiot. But nevertheless, it's still okay. So I was sort of praying. I was like, "Come on, teammate, help me out." And he did. He threw his general in as well that he had spare, which was a bit of a risk at this point. I mean, if I lose my general, which his numbers are going down really quick, that would have put me at a major disadvantage for the rest of the battle. Luckily enough, though, through flanking and bringing spearmen in, which always helps against cavalry, managed to sort them out eventually. And I was able to pull my general out just about. I mean, they still kept charging him down, which you would do if it was the other way around. That's what I'd be doing. Oh, that is risky. But yeah, so I was left with only 10 men in my general's unit. The situations I get myself into. But nullified their cavalry. I think I don't know if we kept no, we kept one out of the 3 artillery pieces, so for 1 extra shot. So it could have been worse. I don't know much to say about that. That's a bit. But anyway, you still got to take care of the threat. If they'd have taken out the catapults, they wouldn't have stopped, and they'd have gone after the archers as well. So my teammate didn't use any of these guys for ages. He's got elephants sitting there, spearmen sitting there, archers sitting there, which I guess, you know, is a plausible tactic to wait and save them for a bit later on, which I get. But it was almost like he forgot about them, which is rather annoying. How many men have I got left here? 113? God, where are they all? So it was roughly, I think, not quite at this point, maybe in about 5 minutes' time, I sort of realised that this battle might be a bit beyond us. Some good hits with the artillery, though. Not from mine, from theirs.
The unit's ammunition is spent, and it can no longer fire.
So it just felt like I was the only one really attacking when he's obviously got units left over.
Obliterated an entire unit.
Oh yeah, I don't know what... These guys weren't meant to go there. I'm not sure what I had them doing. I wanted them to attack someone over...
Our men have given up and are
over
running for
there.
their lives.
So I thought, oh, we're doing alright here. We've got some swordsmen into some pikes with a bit of archer cover, but pikemen are so annoying in siege battles and stuff. You can really use it to hold off an area that really shouldn't be as easily defended, although there's some brutal kill animations that I did not notice before. They're really good, actually. Really, really good. So they're trying this tactic again of sending out their cavalry. I can't remember what point I exactly noticed it. It would have been, yeah, probably would have been about now, because the archers kept moving up here for whatever reason. So I brought my cavalry out and around to try and go after them. See, the thing is, you can only really get away with something like that once, because from then on after, it's going to be a bit obvious what you're trying to pull. So my lancers were actually quite depleted by this point as well. I think I only had 36 against 55. So I knew that they wouldn't be enough. So turned my archers around, got them to focus on the cavalry, and then sent my cavalry out to go and meet them head on. We get quite a good charge off as well, right into the flank. Don't think the other person was focusing on him when he was charging them through. I don't think he even noticed the fact I brought cavalry out to meet him. But then I did fire a load of archers right into my own men, which is never a good tactic. But the amount of damage even just that one cavalry unit could have caused, it was worth nullifying. This is why you don't just throw everyone in. You always keep some guys on in reserve in case an enemy tried to pull anything. And without a doubt, even though they're only light shot cavalry, they're a lot better than this Roman cavalry for certain. So, brought over my Uar warriors. Probably butchering that pronunciation. Just try and finish off this Roman cavalry. Now we've got them pinned. There we go. Nullified them. But while I was watching that, they had a massive pushback on this side, the Romans did, and took out quite a few of my troops. And this is what I was saying, I needed earlier intervention by my teammate, really, to, you know, keep the fight up on that side. And it got to a point where my artillery crew were totally out of ammo, so I was like, right, throw them in. The archers are in, they've got no ammo. It was like, just need men to hold the frontier and, you know, see if we can get some nice artillery shots off or whatever we can do, really. I love there's these men here which can't get down. They're just standing there. So I think finally, yeah, he did. Finally, now he's using his archers. A little bit too late, in my opinion. Probably could have done with the help a bit more, as soon as my guys ran out of ammo. Yeah, that's right. So I had one catapult left, switched them to explosive rounds, and just thought, you know what, explosive round them. And unfortunately, he didn't use his elephants the best. He just charged them in head on, which really I would have probably waited to use the elephants. So because we had so many missile units, the way I saw it now was just have my own units in there as sacrificial lambs to pin down the enemy, and then have the archers firing on them. So it's starting to get a bit frame ridden now. Got this little tiny skirmish going on here. Ouch. 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 Wowza. I took down them all. I don't think I had any men left after that, did I? 10. 10 spearmen left, that is it. So we've been pushed right to the entry point of the map now.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
I'm not surprised. I was getting bombarded like that. I'd flee as well. So I've just got my archers in here now, just trying to hold them off. Really, the axemen should have been sent in to get a bit of a charge off, but unfortunately, they weren't. So they were a bit of a disadvantage. Why is he pulling them out? I have no idea. The axemen would totally destroy the spearmen. Or those axemen would, anyway. I guess he did get a flanking move off, but now they're bringing more troops out. So the Romans were really aggressive. I've got to say they did play a really good game. They did pretty much everything that they should have done.
A unit has fired all of its ammunition.
There we go. Huns have got some really capable foot units. I thought it was going to be a really big ask having this sort of siege battle. You know, against the Romans, they were quite all-rounded, really. Not the greatest cavalry, but in a siege battle, that doesn't really matter. So, hence why I didn't bring much cavalry with the Huns. I thought, you know, that's going to be a bit dead weight bringing them. Waste of money. So, managed to easily cut through that unit. Now we've got some crossbowmen that have been left unattended. There's one thing, only criticism I really have of the other guys is they let a lot of their crossbow infantry get taken out when they still had loads of ammo left. Whereas any time my guys entered melee was when there was was when there was no ammo left at all. So this is my one lancer left. I thought, well, let's throw him in. He had a bit of a glorious death. I mean, well, not actually that glorious, but better than some. Oh, you're going to be able to see him. Oh, there he is. Fought bravely against 3 units of crossbowmen. So yeah, it was quite nice we actually got the attack off on these 3 crossbowmen. I don't really know I just praised the Romans there, but yeah, this was a bit of a silly one from their point of view. I mean, 'cause it's not like they didn't have. They had loads of melee left. You know, all they needed to do was send up a couple of these, held them off, kept the crossbowmen behind, fired over, or just let us advance. You know, one or the other. I've got these guys sitting here for no reason. What else we got going on the battlefield? Yeah, for some reason my ally also brought these guys up here, which basically had no men left. And kept them over here? For God knows what reason? I don't know. Some of the decisions in this game were fairly questionable, which is why, like I say, I was a bit disappointed overall. So at this point, I have thrown everything in bar my general, who's only got 10 men anyway. Because I was the only one that was attacking at this point. I felt like it anyway. I was like, right, I'll send everything in that I've got left, cut through these crossbowmen, and then we'll move on up. So it was only my archers that had a few shots left, but I did send them in as melee just to give it a bit more bulk. So beat those 3 crossbow units. There's no one coming down here. There is actually a barrier, I think, here as well, if I remember rightly. I don't know. Maybe not. No, maybe not. And at this point, I thought, you know what? There's a chance. I'd already sort of conceded defeat at this point and said, you know, well played, guys. You did well. But yeah, it started to become a bit like, oh, actually, you know what? Depending on what they've got left, because I couldn't see what they had left, there might be a chance for, you know, might have a chance now. They lost 3 or 4 crossbow units really cheaply. So at this stage it was just throw everybody in. Everyone in. This is all I had left. Let's just go for it. And they put up a really good fight, to be fair, the Huns. I wouldn't say it's not their natural battle, is it? You know, besieging a settlement. All the archers are in now. I think they've probably got like 1 shot left. If that. No, no shot. Yeah, 1 shot left. We're getting a bit ambushed by that tower up there, but it was a risk worth taking to try and take out these crossbowmen. Now, see, this is where I'm crying out for a bit of support here. Like literally, even if you just throw 1 unit in, throw these spearmen in, axemen, these spearmen, anyone, just give me a little bit of support. Like, give me a little bit of anything, really. Unfortunately, it didn't come until after all my men had been wiped out, so it's a bit of a spoiler. Oh, they just sent men in. Okay. No, I know what happens. I know why I'm so aggrieved. So I send men in now. And then obviously I've got, what, like 38, 48, 83. You know, just shy of 150 men left, and I'm like, well, you know what? I've lost all my men anyway. Let's go. Let's try and make a dent. So I send them into these guys up here, holding a defensive position. Honestly thought it was the best thing I could do at this point. Just make a dent, make a hole. Give my ally a chance to, you know, get involved. Because the whole time we're just taking fire here, and there's just, when you got these blooming towers in Attila, they're not these towers, sorry. They're horrendous. They'll just pick off your units quicker than you can say. My units are being picked off, and yeah, it's best just to get them in combat. Get him killing the enemy, not sat there. So this is what my ally does. Keeps them sat here, just taking missile fire the whole time. Better off to just throwing them in, rather than lose them to missile fire. Because, you know, almost started making a dent in these guys as well. Like, I get the feeling my swordsmen were better.
Our men are wavering.
Yes, I know they're wavering. So I just think maybe with that spear unit, we might have had a chance. Unfortunately, I lost my general to some artillery fire, which I didn't show you then because I was too busy looking at that bit. So look, these guys have been picked off now, and they've lost over half the men because they've just sat there in the middle of the road, getting taken down by these crossbowmen. And that's me, out of the battle. So, it's a bit infuriating at the time. You know, I just needed a bit more support, which was not forthcoming by my ally. We can actually probably speed things up a little bit at this stage. Mainly because I'm at the battle now. But at this point I was like, well, that's it. I was thinking, do I just leave, or shall I sit and hold on? And I thought, you know, we'll just, let's see how many men my ally can take down. So this point over here would probably be a good point for him to start firing over, which didn't happen. Or he didn't send his crossbowman. He didn't do anything really. It was all very sedated. Now you see, this is the bit where this bit here now, regardless of what happened before, this is where it could have turned. So we've got a line of spearmen, which, quite frankly, I don't know if they've got a shield wall or whatever. Should have put in shield wall or something like that. He did stop his unit, fortunately, to take the brace, to brace against the attack with his spears. But they sent their general in. Now, if this had been done better, i.e. just started firing on the general now and taking advantage of that situation, that could have turned the tide. But what unfolds next is will make some of you sick. Or in the next 2 or 3 minutes will make some of you sick. So we started firing way too late, so we're firing in the back of our own men at this stage. More spearmen are coming up, that's good. You know, you've got to be desperate to take out the general at this point. He's there. He's there and he's ripe for the picking. You've got him in melee with your spearmen. Okay, the catapult men come in. Got a right footy walk. But even so, you know, now is your chance. Get those other spearmen in, back them up. No, we stopped them. Okay. You know, keep your missile firing on them. Oh, in come all the bloody artillery crew. Okay, they're charging to your bow infantry. That's fine. Get the spearmen in. The general's still there to be killed, basically. And so now up comes his general, which it was a silly move at this point, I felt. If your enemy's going to commit there, just make sure yours stays out of harm's way. Brings in the Indian elephants as well. Now, what the Romans do here is quite clever, but it is silly also by the same regard for my Hunnic allies. Hunnic allies? One of the two. So, the guy realises, look, my general's going to get killed at this point. I've lost the advantage, I'm pulling out. Now, unfortunately, what my ally decides to do is charge him down. Well, it's charge him down at all. Which is not what I would have done. First thing you should try and do is get whatever bow units you've got left in range, try and pick him off, leave him. If he's going to run away, that's fine. Don't bring him back down here. Don't bring your general down in this corner. So he sends through... does he bring both units of swordsmen? Or at least the one anyway. So he knows that they're going to chase that general unit. Because of course you are. At this point, one of the only things that can win the battle for you is by taking out the general. And unfortunately, he falls right for the trap. You know, either probably push a spearman up, push the archers up, but not send your general in. Even if you just sent the Indian elephants in. But the problem is, you need to then back them up. And down these corridor areas, you're just going to get them bogged down, which is exactly what happened. It was a fair play to the Romans. I mean, like I say, no issue on their part. They did very well. I just feel it was a bit of a silly move by my ally there. So now they're attacking this bit, which is why they couldn't have done that before when I had the impetus is a little bit beyond me. And then at this point, attacking this side is just total madness. Better off keeping the men back in reserve. See, why pull them out? Carry on. It's easy when you're not in control, but I was thinking this at the actual time as well. So he's basically left his Indian elephants now to their doom eventually by these Nemorii, which is quite regrettable because, you know, elephants are one of those used in the right way give you a big advantage. It's like, even if, for example, you're going to bring them up, bring them around here, just get them to charge through the middle of the swordsman, make a gap, take them out with your units. But I don't know. I'm sort of half under the impression that the battle had already gone at this point anyway, but it did seem like there was an opportunity to grab the victory. So at this stage, it just gets worse. I mean, for some reason, these two units of guys are just running around this part of the map for no apparent reason. He sends his general back in, who gets slaughtered over there in that corner. And yeah, this is it. So the last few minutes take a while. Because, like I say, units are making very sporadic movements, very strange movements, questionable movements. So just got to wait for more to get killed off. But yeah, that was pretty much the battle. It was a lot closer than I first thought. We got them down to less than 1,000 men. So it wasn't too bad. On another day, I think, with different people commanding. Maybe not, maybe different to myself as well. Like, it could have been a Hunnic victory. I don't think that the armies were mismatched at all. I thought they were extremely well matched. And the most thing I was disappointed about is that I think it could have been, I don't know, I think maybe the Romans could have been left with about 300 men rather than 900 men, and that would have had it look a lot tighter, which is what I was hoping for in the end. But nevertheless, the Romans aren't really going to be able to defend... this is Alexandria, by the way. For some reason, we're fighting in Egypt. But, yeah, completely, really destroyed the settlement. And not quite enough men to hold it off. Or defend it, I would say. If this was on the campaign map I'm on about. But a vicious blow suffered by the Huns this day. And the Romans march on. But all the... you know... It was a really good battle. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone had a lot of fun. That was the main thing, really. I don't know what the... Oh, I think they've still got this one unit up here that just needs to be finished off. Unit of chosen warriors. Getting surrounded and butchered. There we go. So that was it. Like I say, it was close. It could have been closer, though. So we'll just go through some of the armies, which I believe I can do here. So my army consisted of well, these guys. I brought the 2 lancers. I was thinking if to bring more cavalry or not, but I didn't want to bring none. Obviously, give us a bit more versatility. One of my allies brought a fairly similar sort of composition, but he had the the horse archers instead, which they did okay, to be fair. Nowhere near as good as the actual the archers did. And then we had the white Huns with the elephants, which were quite poorly managed, but their catapult did a lot better than some of mine and some of my allies. So he was obviously doing a good job with them. And yeah, these guys, these axemen were incredible, two-handed axemen. I don't think I had access to them as the regular Huns. So we had 2 Eastern and 1 Western Roman Empire. These guys completely wiped out in terms of men left. It was just this guy that he probably sat back and said, "I'll defend the, you know, last stand type thing," which I'm guessing is what happened. And yeah, they didn't do particularly well. The pikemen varying amounts of success. I'm trying to see where we've got, you know, big numbers. One of the crossbowmen did fairly well. Those 2 swordsman unit did fairly well also. Then come on to the Western Roman Empire, and well, this entry did actually fairly okay. Those crossbowmen absolutely wiped up, and the ballista, well, the onager, did incredibly well. Those ones, I suppose they must have got a lot of hits and we're all clumped together. And in the third army, the one that didn't lose many, well, like I say, I think some of these didn't really see much action because they were all in the centre. So, but, you know, quite a few of them with a good amount of kills anyway. And yeah, it was a really enjoyable battle. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I say, I felt like it could have been a bit closer, but it was well worth playing. I'm going to start doing more online battles. It's not something I've really done a lot in the past, but it's definitely worth doing. And I'm going to hopefully try and do some 1212 AD ones as well, which I did a few things with the mod before, but in terms of doing the online battles and stuff, I've not done that yet. So doing some siege battles and stuff with that would be really cool. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.